And we're live. What's up, everyone? Jonah with High Ticket Breakthrough, and we are going to go over today the number one thing that is stopping you from getting the sales and the leads and the clients that you want, not falling off the cliff, but rather asking you the next step to move on and proceed working with you. What is that thing? It's called the irresistible offer. I'm not going to waste your time here. Let's get right on into it. Here you're going to learn today what makes your offer irresistible, to the point where your prospects are asking you literally what the next step in working with you is. You're going to find out exactly what the problem you solve for your clients is, which will give you a confidence and a certainty to pitch your solution without any awkwardness or friction. You're also going to learn how to overcome the main problems that are preventing you from actually converting your audience and having the income and the impact that you've been hoping for. So let's go through. Now, quickly, before we get into it, who this is for, because there's someone who this is for and there's someone who this is not for. This is for course creators, coaches, and consultants, okay? This is for those who have not created their course yet or don't know what to teach yet, because this is going to be a great foundation for you to start from. It's going to be for you if you have a monthly revenue of $0 to $10,000. That is going to be, if you're not past the $10,000 per month yet, your offer is going to be the number one bottleneck stopping you from getting to that level. So it's what we've got to overcome. We're going to do that today here. Now, it's for you if you recognize that there is a problem. You're not getting consistent leads, you're not getting consistent sales, and you're not getting the clients that you hope for. And this is for you if you are committed to succeeding in the knowledge industry. I need you to be committed. I need you to be ready, focused, and willing to jump right on in, because we're going to go through this and you're going to want to actually apply it so you can get the results we're talking about here. Now, who this is not for. This is not for those who think that they've got it all taken care of. This is not for those who think that there is no problem at all, who think that they've got it and they don't need any extra, they don't need any assistance. Those of you who feel like it's already done, you're going to sit here, you're going to lose focus, and you're probably going to complain online. It's going to hurt me. It's going to waste your time. So I'll just ask you honestly to go ahead and click off right now, respectfully. All right? Now, honestly, this is not probably for those of you who are already above the $10,000 per $10,000 per month mark. Okay? Now, let's put this clearly. We're talking about a high ticket breakthrough. If you're still stuck selling $397 products, $97 products, etc., then this is going to be a whole paradigm shift. I'd encourage you to stay. But if you want to remain in that ballpark, you're going to have a hard time. And there's so many coaches and course creators I see out there that are just spinning their wheels, working so hard for such little pennies that they're breaking down. And so I don't want to see you do that. So now, this is not for those of you who are already way past the $10,000 per month, which would be like 3 clients probably at $3,000, roughly, or 2 at 5. And there are high ticket coaches and clients and consultants in every single niche of all kinds, charging $10,000, $15,000, $25,000 even for 8 weeks, 12 weeks of coaching. And it's one-to-many. It's very scalable. So let's break into it here, okay? This is only for those who are not interested but are rather committed. So if you are just an interested person, like I'd asked you previously, go ahead and click off now, because honestly I think you're a little bit of a fake and you're not going to fit in with the community of authentic people who believe in good that I'm trying to build here, and I'm trying to find those people. This is also not for you if you are not coachable. But if you are the person that this is for, then strap in, because we're in for a real treat here. All right. To put simply, people want to buy, okay? In fact, buying is an accomplishment for us. It's the first action step away from the hell that we're in toward the heaven that we want to be in. We're going to get into that here. So what you've got to ask yourself is, what is stopping them? And it is the offer, okay? It has got to be your irresistible offer, and we're going to break into that. This is a magnet. Here are your leads. These are your prospects. You can see that it is bringing them in. Now, 3 steps to an irresistible offer here. I'm not a presentation professional, but I do have some incredible information that can really help you if you apply it. Now, 3 steps to an irresistible offer. 1, we're going to go over simplifying the psychology of a magnetic offer. We're going to go over the 2-step framework that is going to change the game for you. It's the 2-step framework to wording your offer correctly, which is called messaging or copywriting, you may have heard. And we're also going to go over step 3, which is the bridge the gap methodology. And we're going to break these things down real clearly. It will change the game for you if you go ahead and apply it. Now, 1, we're going to go into the psychology. People love to buy, but they hate to be sold. We know it. I know it. You know it. We all know it. The goal here is to create an offer that's so juicy, so tasty that the prospect comest to thou. I messed that one up here. The prospect comes to you, okay? You want to have it so irresistible that they're actually coming to you, frothing at the mouth, saying, I need it. I need you to work with me. What is next? Okay, and we're going to go into the takeaway and a bunch of really cool stuff that is going to give you the income and the impact that you're looking for here, okay? Now, in order to do this, we must develop the success psychology. What that means is we've got to overcome the fear of haters, we've got to overcome the fear of no, and we've got to overcome, we've got to cultivate a radical honesty. You might wonder what those things mean. They might seem a little theoretical, might seem a little bit mindset-y. I'm going to tell you right now, these things are the foundation for the nitty-gritty tactics we're going to get into. Boom. I love this here. This is a lot of fun for me. So the fear of haters, right? And first I want you to look at this graphic right here, the dark side of Mother Teresa. We know Mother Teresa, she feeds millions. She spent all her life in foreign countries helping people and doing amazing things. Everyone loves her, right? Mother Teresa, a saint or a fraud? I love it. And this guy Sal writes he's writing, and it's a thing. He's hating on Mother Teresa. So I'm going to start out by saying this. Haters, if there are not any around, then you are not putting yourself out there enough. Look, if you try, you'll find out that anyone who did anything valuable ever had a lot of haters. And the thing is, it's all about what you do with it. So, what are the steps when you have haters? 1, you've got to ask yourself honestly, and I mean really honestly, is it true? Because I know myself, when I get a little bit of feedback, I instantly go into mode and I get a little frustrated, bullheaded. Hey, just who I am. But if I really start to think about it, I realize, okay, either that is total crap, I'm going to toss it to the side and continue, or maybe there's a seed of truth to it. Now, if there is truth to it, 1, you've got to change. That's all there is to it. And that's why steering wheels have cars. You got to readjust course and continue on and proceed, and that's how you're going to grow. However, 2, if it is not true, then you got to move the hell on. Look, a really wise man called Frank Kern put it this way. He says, stopping because of haters is literally like writing them a letter, admitting that they are right, and also attaching them a check for all the money that you could have made if you would have continued. It's also like sacrificing the entire destiny of your entire family and the legacy and everything that you're building, giving it all up and just giving it all to them. Here's my chips. Here's everything I am. You're right. You don't want to do it, ladies and gentlemen. They're wrong. You got to move the hell on, just like we're about to do the next slide. Now, you've got to go with the fear of no. Rather, you've got to get that stuff far away from you. Okay, the fear of no is stopping your journey before it even begins. Look, let's start out by asking this question. And I know I'm flying through this thing. I don't want to waste your time. I want you to be having these notes, and I want you to get in there and get intense and get ready to change your entire business, okay? So let's start out by asking you this question on the fear of no's. This is when your prospect, your leads, the people you're talking to, the people maybe you're even afraid to talk to right now, they're going to say no to you. And I'm going to tell you honestly right now, it's going to happen a lot. And there's methods and procedures to automated follow up with them so you don't even have to worry about it. And usually they just say no because it's not the right time, or you got to provide more value. And we'll get into that. But look, you've got to start out by asking yourself this question. Will you be helping people, or will you be hurting people with your offer? I'm going to give you a second to really think about that, or I just gave you a second. Because listen to me. If the answer is hurting those people, then I'd like to professionally ask you to get the hell off this course, off this little class right here. Because I believe in good. Okay? And honestly, I expect you to as well if you want to be here. All right, so if you're hurting people, you're selling, it's like this guy, an amazing man, Dean Graziosi puts it. He says, if you're selling alcohol to an alcoholic, drugs to addicts, then get the hell out. And I feel the same exact way. The truth is, I expect you to believe in good. So if you are on the good side of things, let's proceed. Now, a man, and right here, look, just as I was speaking is in this little talk, a man named Dean Graziosi puts it this way. And seriously, just think about this for a moment. If you knew what you knew now, 5 years ago, how much further along would you be? I want you to really think about that. If you had the knowledge, the information, the tactics, the strategies, the mindsets that you have right now, if you had them 5 years ago, where would you be? And I want you to really think about that. Because there's a lot of people who are right where you were 5 years ago. And they're there right now. Okay, and they need help. Now, like I said, the chances are that you'd be a lot further. And now you got to realize if you do not craft an offer that draws your prospect in, you're directly responsible for them staying right where they're at. And where are they? They're stuck. They're hurting. Some of them are actually broken and in pain. Some of them are bored. Some of them want so much more out of life. Some of them have something beautiful to share with the world and they just don't know how. Okay? But it's up to you to step in and help those people. And that's how you get over the fear of no. Now, the next step in all of this is going to be to cultivate radical honesty. And I want you to think about this because it might seem totally unrelated, but I assure you this is one of the biggest keys. It's very related. One of my favorite parts of the Bible puts it this way. The truth will set you free. The truth will set you free. Isn't that interesting? I think people read into it a whole bunch and they go in the deeper meaning and they really miss the simplicity of it, which is the truth sets you free. You've got to think to yourself, what are you offering? And we're going to get into that. Who are you offering it to? We're going to get into that as well. And this is a key. Write this down, ladies and gentlemen. What problem does it solve? That question changes the game. And you need to get real with yourself and get real with your audience. This is the first step. This is radical honesty. And then once you've answered those questions, you need to shout it from the rooftops and do not be afraid to push away the wrong people while you draw in the correct people or the right people. Okay? You've got to be like a magnet. One side of a magnet repels, repulses, pushes. And the other side draws in, brings in, and cultivates an attraction. Okay? Marketing, simply put, is drawing in those that you want and repulsing those that you do not want. You've got to be specific, be consistent, and be polarizing. What this means is that you've got to be honest. Now, we're going to go into a quick example because I know I don't want to go in pie in the sky and not give you anything concrete. So I made a little thing up about a little niche here. So you're a course creator who's trying to break into a coaching market for a $5,000 offer for 3 months of one-on-one coaching on finding your life's inner purpose through spirit-based meditation. And I want you to really understand this, that this can be applied to any niche. I just made something up to illustrate the point. Now, if you're going to be doing a takeaway, which we'll get into in another lesson here, a takeaway close, which is when you basically say this is application only and has to be true, but you make it an application only thing that they actually have to qualify themselves for. It increases the attractiveness of the offer a lot. That's a key. You might want to write down everything that I just said. But one way of saying that would be to say, this probably isn't for you. And honestly, I would go so far as to say that's dishonest or vague, okay? Which seems intense, but I'm going to break this down. Now, what if instead you were so much more clear, specific, and honest with them, and you were real and genuine during the takeaway, and you were truthful during the takeaway? And you say, look, if you don't believe in the spirit inside of you, then your chakras are going to be completely blocked up. I don't know if that's how it works. I'm not the guy for that, but I love meditation. I love clear minds, believe in the spirit, believe in God. But the meditations will not work for you, and we'll both be wasting our time and energy. So I'd like you to leave the webinar until the heart is ready. Now, if you're doing that, first of all, your audience, like it says here, that's powerful honesty, and your ideal audience who does believe in the spirit, and they know that they want their chakras cleared, and they want to be a part of the meditation, they want to find their inner purpose, etc., then they're going to raise their pitchforks and their torches up in the arms of you and say, yeah, you guys who are not on our team, you've got to get the hell out of here. And what this does, write this word down, is it creates buying conviction. And it opens the door up for them asking for more. You get paid and they get their service at the highest level. It's a huge win-win, and this is a major key here, guys. Do not miss this. Do not miss this. Now, we're going to move into the next pillar. We've gone over the psychology. Now we're going to go into the specific two-step framework for a magnetic offer. The first question and the first step in the process is asking yourself specifically, honestly, what problem are you solving? Because there's so many people who do not have a problem they want to solve. I want to teach this. I want to do this. Here's my story. Here's me. I want to tell you right now, you've got to know what problem you're solving, or you don't have a business. Business is about solving problems. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not a guru. I'm not going to hide anything from you. I'm going to share with you honestly that business is about solving problems. Okay? So what? And then once you figured out what problem you solve, you ask, now that the problem is solved, what result, that's an important word, what result does that produce in your prospect's life? It might seem simple, and that's because it is very simple. But for some reason, very few actually truly understand and apply this in business, which is a good sign for us because it gives us an edge when we actually do it. All right? So let's go deep here. What problem are you solving? Now, we were talking about brutal honesty, talking about radical honesty, and we're going to go into it right here. I'm going to tell you, your prospect does not care about you yet. They do not care about what you're teaching them yet, or the amazing results you've had yet. They don't give a damn how much you know or how much of an expert you are yet. Okay? They just don't care yet. Now, you can imagine this as your prospect. This is the guy online. He's got his problems. He's got his issues. Looks like it's even his birthday. And he's just sitting alone, scrolling on the old phone, wasting time. You got to break through to him. It's not going to be by telling him all the stuff you want to teach him, because he's going to just keep on scrolling, ladies and gentlemen. So, what the hell do they care about? We're going to go nitty gritty here, so pay attention. Get your notepad and paper ready now, please. So, let's ask ourselves, what problem is being solved for them? That is what they care about. That is what will stop that man in his tracks. You can visualize him. And when you call out that man's number one problem, he gets interested. And then if you can call out just quickly and promptly how to solve it, you know, you're not going to have the time to give him every single little tiny minute detail in that specific part, but you can tell him, I have a system to help you solve that problem. I know your problem, and here's how you solve it real simply. Boom, he's hooked. He's interested. So, what problem is being solved for them? Look, I hate to say it, but people tend to be selfish, all right? You can fight against it, which most people want to do is they want to fight against the fact that people are generally selfish. And they don't want to market to their selfishness. They want to market to their own selfishness, which doesn't work very well. So you can fight against the flow and try to swim upstream and hurt yourself and lose money and sales and time and impact and really everything in the process. Or you can go with the flow and operate within the rules of the game that we've been given. How? You've got to be very precise. You need to know exactly who you are serving and how you are serving. And I'm going to give you a little key here. Think demographically, not psychographically, which would mean demographics, age and income, job position. Those types of things are very, very powerful. Psychographic would be more like, I want them to be coachable and interested, and that stuff is really good too. But you need a both, and demographics are actually more powerful if you're trying to find your ideal client. So think about that. Okay. Now, you've got to be very precise with exactly who you're serving and how you are serving them. And I know most people at this point, they tend to glaze over and they think, yeah, I know, I've done this. But look, I'm going to tell you right now, I've spoken with a lot of people, and there's a huge, glaring lack of clarity. And without that clarity, you just don't have a business. I'm going to give it to you like it is, guys. Not the guru. I'm here to help. Look, my core offer for me is that I help frustrated course creators and coaches who are not getting the leads and sales that they'd hoped for break through into high-ticket coaching and consulting to finally get the income and impact they dreamed about by walking them through my simple 3-pillar breakthrough process. What is that? It's to revamp their broken business model, which is typically selling low-ticket info products, etc., not charging enough. That's a huge problem for most people. It's something I could create multiple videos on itself about. Next, I take them through the entire process to master their messaging, which is going over the sales, the copywriting, and we're actually going to get a bit into that here in this video today, and that's what brings the magnetism in. And finally, implementing a frictionless sales system, which really, truly is no pressure. You never have to try to close people, lunge at them, hunt them, but they are just asking you, what is the next step in working with you? And it's a beautiful process because you actually get to serve them at the highest level without ever putting any pressure on them. It's incredible. And what does that do for them? Well, it helps them achieve their first $3,000 per month and beyond in the high-ticket industry. That's huge for people. If they can close one client, their first client at $3,000, $5,000, $10,000, that changes lives, not just their own, but also their clients, their families, and the world, I believe, becomes better. Now, what do we do here? Look, my core offer is very simple, specific, true, and exclusive. And that's how yours must be too. So look at this example. If you are not a frustrated course creator or coach, then you're disqualified from my entire core offer. I'll say that again because it's really important. If you are not a frustrated course creator or coach, then you are disqualified from my entire offer. This is just a sifting process so that I don't get people that I cannot help. I only want to draw in the people that I can truly help at the highest level. Okay? Now, while at the same time, my ideal client, the frustrated course creator and coach, is magnetized in, and therefore I can serve them. Yours must be this way as well. Okay, I think you're getting a really clear idea on this, which is really awesome. Now, the second thing we must ask ourselves is, what result does this produce in their life? Okay, now pay attention now, if at all, because this is truly where the magic happens. So you've solidly outlined exactly what the problem is and who you solve it for. So you've got to figure this. When the problem is solved, this is an important word, write it down, benefits do they get? What benefits do they get? And the more nitty and gritty, the better. What pain is being relieved? That's another extremely important question. And what frustrations are gone? All of that is hugely valuable to produce your magnetizing messaging, okay? Now, I want to go into a side note here. You must be certain of your produced result, or else you've got to get back to the drawing board, because your own lack of certainty will just kill leads, clients, prospects. It'll kill the whole process as you go. So you've got to be certain about your produced result, okay? And if not, you've got to get back to the drawing board. And I've helped, that's what I actually had to help Nick, who just got his first high-ticket client. He just got his first check as a musician, as a toupee for $1,400 the first, and then after everything's finished up, I believe it's at the end, he's going to be getting the next $1,400. And I should just throw a picture of the check in here. But super awesome. Anyways, when you can clearly and confidently answer these questions, your prospects will literally beat down your door. Super cool. So look, let's go into my example for my own business here. Now, my ideal client's benefits and eased. Okay, so here are my ideal client's benefits and eased pains once their problem is solved. Okay, look, once the broken pieces of their business model are diagnosed, we create a simple working business model. So what? They have clarity and certainty in their specific plan. That is huge for people that are on the roller coaster of business. They need that. So they have their specific plan to closing their first $3,000 plus sale and beyond. And therefore, they sense the incoming freedom and impact they need. They feel it. They feel it coming. They have the certainty. They have the clarity. Fresh breath of fresh air. It's huge for people. That's a benefit and a result of solving the problem. Okay? Then, after we've gone through and mastered their messaging, it becomes instinctual to magnetize their ideal client, create high converting landing pages, and build a massive list. Therefore, they gain the power to quite literally generate endless leads. How? By being able to cultivate and develop their own high converting landing pages and build a massive list with their magnetizing messaging. Okay? The endless leads, that's a huge result. What else? It removes the stress of not having clients. Feels amazing. And it clears out the shame of speaking to a non-existent audience. Another incredible result. Okay? Our one-layer marketing plan removes the complexity of marketing, so you don't have to worry about funnels, copywriting, Google Ads, YouTube videos, content making, and all the other guru buzzwords that we all know and have heard. It's just marketing simplified. Another huge result and benefit of the entire process of solving the problem. Finally, we implement our frictionless sales method, which eases the pressure of having to pitch their offer and creates an objectionless close so they can experience the respect and admiration, another huge benefit and result, of their clients, never having to pressure them. That's a relieving of a huge frustration. It should have been highlighted. They feel significance, another benefit, and that they have the money to impact their own lives and others' lives, giving them the luxuries that they deserve. Huge, ladies and gentlemen, huge. So you got to know, what are your benefits? What are the eased pains that your client is going to experience once their problem is solved? And when you have that, the game is changed forever. So write those things down. Now, we're going to go into the third, final, huge, massively important framework that can completely make your offer come alive. Okay? And it is called bridging the gap. So you can see these guys over here, they're on Hell Island and they want to get off. That's where all their pain is, their frustration, their boredom. They want to go to Heaven Island. And Heaven Island is their hopes, their dreams, everything that they want the future to be like. But there's a huge incrossable chasm in between the two. And I made this little decal. Your offer becomes the bridge. And it's a beautiful thing. So look, it's the heart of your offer. It might seem theoretical, and it is in a way, but getting this piece brings it all to life. Your ideal client has their Hell Island they're living in. It's the frustration, the pain, the problems, the stuckness, monotony, the boredom. It's their version of Hell Island. They also have their idea of Heaven Island. It's the place they dream of, everything that they've ever wanted. Their problems are gone, and the good things have finally arrived. Hell Island, Heaven Island. There's the chasm, the gap between the two, but you're the bridge builder. And what is the bridge? It's your offer. And when you position your offer as the bridge between those two things, the entire game changes. Okay? Look, here's how you're going to discover the heart of your offer. It's really simple, and it happens once you know your ideal client way better than they know themselves. How? You make a coordinated effort to communicate with them on a huge scale. You get into their Facebook groups where your ideal client congregates. There are Facebook groups for everything. How to clean an armadillo's, toenails. There's everything, okay? And you talk. You find their problems. You find their pain points. You find their hopes. You find their dreams. And you figure out how to bridge that gap. And you position your offer as the bridge to that gap. You got to do it honestly and do it integrally. And if you have to change what you teach, then you got to change. Because the key is you don't want to fall in love with your message, your process, your delivery system. You want to fall in love with your ideal client. And once you do this, your offer is the bridge from hell to heaven island. Everything falls into place and you'll get your income and impact goals way quicker than you thought was possible. Look, this is where we get serious. The truth of the matter is that none of this is going to matter. Unless you've got to be committed, decided, and obsessed. This stuff really, really works when you work it, but you've got to take the leap of faith and take the massive action or you'll never make it real. I'm not a guru, so I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It is very hard. But boy, oh boy, I am extremely excited to tell you that if you're willing to do the steps, it's literally like baking together the ingredients of a cake. And it just happens. If you mess up the ingredients, it's all going to be messed up. But if you just follow the system, everything comes together and you have a nice juicy cake. And then what is that cake for you? It's the impact, the freedom, and the income that you've always wanted. It is possible, but it's on you to take it from here. Look, cheers everybody. I had a lot of fun giving this little presentation. We kept it within about the 31-minute mark, which is sweet. And if you like this, I want to make sure that you join our free and private breakthrough into high ticket community and message me, Jonah Meyer, to get a free custom breakthrough plan. We will come up with a simple system to apply our 3 pillars to you and see if we can't make something happen. Totally free, just to give you some value. I want to serve you guys here. It is not a sales pitch in disguise. I actually do not have anything for sale at this time, unfortunately, for some people who have already wanted to purchase from me. But in the group, you will be getting free trainings, live Q&A, accountability, proximity. Oh, and proximity is power. Just being in a place where there's like-minded individuals who all want to grow together and do something incredible is very powerful. We all have family members and friends who don't believe in us. They kind of dig into us and cut us down. They're well-meaning, but it is what it is. But being around us, you're going to get lifted up. You're going to have the encouragement. You're going to have the inspiration. You're going to be able to keep on going. And it's going to be cool, guys. So go to facebook.com/groups/your high ticket breakthrough. And there should be a link somewhere around here. I'm going to be posting in some different places. And get in that group and send me a message if you'd like to get a free custom breakthrough plan. All right, y'all. Peace.